Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toffee Bluecast. We are back for the weekly roundup. We are live on YouTube, live on Facebook, not live on X tonight because there's a bit of a blue tick problem. We have paid it, but it hasn't registered. So on X, we ain't. But hopefully we'll get some people on X over on YouTube in the comments, and I have let them know. And hopefully we get you over and get involved in the comments. This is Paul was like, we've got a lot to talk about on this weekly roundup, and we're here, Paul. How are you feeling, mate? I suppose we kind of got a lot to talk on transfers and maybe a little to talk on that game because we didn't really do a reaction, did we?
No, we didn't. Probably best that we didn't, to be honest. It was rather late over here as well. But there's been quite a lot of mentions of our lot, and it's been one of those that I've been looking forward to getting together with everyone and having a chat about it.
Yeah, well, I'm always excited to set this show up because I know the moment I set it up, we're going to get Pawsy in the house. I spoke to him earlier on. Are you doing a show? It's funny you said it, Paul, because he said, are you doing a show tonight? And you'd already mentioned it as well. Danny Ellis in the building, Eugene in the house, in the Toffee Bluecast, Shelley here as well, Emma, of course. This is what it's all about. Toffee Bluecast, bringing the Evertonians together, and we get other fans in as well. Carl, shout out to you. We love to hear from you. Do get involved as well because that's what we want to know. We want to know what you're thinking, and what we're going to give what we're thinking, but we want to know what you're thinking. Right. So let's just start, and we're not going to dwell on this. We're just going to give our brief thoughts on the game. You in the comments as well. We don't want like long essays. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it, but kind of sum it up in one comment if you can of what you thought of last game. So we'll talk about last game, and then we'll move on to the player that we've signed left back, and then we'll talk about probably what we need after talking about last game. So let's go on, Paul. I'll let you go first because it was late and I was already a bit groggy, but let's go.
It was positive first 20 minutes, really. It was good to have an actual back four, regardless of who was involved. But I thought first 20 minutes we actually looked quite good. Passing was all right, but we seemed to have a little bit of determination, won the ball back quite quickly and everything else. So that was pretty good. I think, unfortunately, we didn't create many chances, but we leapt onto a mistake by them, and that's how we got our first goal, or got the goal. And some positives in some of the players. Thought Garnegay played well. Thought Armstrong looked useful. He's a tall lad. I didn't realise he was as tall as that. But a few people did all right. But then after we'd scored, the whole sort of thing of us defending deep and trying to stifle them, it didn't feel great as an Everton fan because it just looked as though we were on the back foot all the time. Then we were so deep. We were presenting them opportunities to get back in the game, and obviously they did. So from that first 20 minutes, I was positive, but after that, I was disappointed, to say the least.
Yeah, very similar to me. I mean, I'll say, well, I think I can see all your comments coming in. We will put your comments on the screen of what you thought of last game. That's the question. We're not dwelling on it. We're just going to quickly process it. Personally, we spoke before we played. I was interested with the lineup that we had, how we was going to play, because it was like a lot of attacking players on, and we wasn't that sure of the defence and stuff like that. But I thought we started the game well. We passed it about. We started decent. One thing I have noticed is that when we've played these friendlies, other teams have played a really crap team at the start. No disrespect, but they played their weaker team at the start and brought their better players on second half. It happened against Bournemouth. They started weak, and then they brought all the big boys on second half and destroyed us. And I think West Ham, they had the German striker on the bench. They had Souček on the bench, and they brought the big boys on second half. So I've noticed that they're giving the young players a chance, and then they're bringing the better players on second half in these games. Everton are kind of doing it the opposite way around a little bit. We're starting with our strongest team, and and then just doing whatever we can second half with whatever the situation is. Now, was we really good second half?
Yeah, we haven't got a second team
out. Well, we haven't. No, I get you. That's probably the problem, isn't it? But we probably could have started with some of the younger boys on. Do you know what I mean? Like, they did put some kids on at the start, but we probably could have put the young wingers on that we've been trialing now. There was a few young players that we've got in the academy that we probably could have given a chance, then brought the bigger players on later on. I think maybe and done it the way that other teams have done it. Some good lyrics here. Yeah, I don't even know what that means. But yeah, it was first half we did better than what I thought. Second half atrocious. Now you're going to have to talk to me here, Paul, and in the comments we'll get your comments on. But let me know on this as well. A lot of our players are really burning out with energy. Like, Njai is insane, but you know he's going to be shattered second half. I don't know why, but it'll fade away second half. I'm not picking on Njai because he's like a bloody Messi. He's insane. But what I'm saying is when he fades off second half, we're buggered. We don't look like we've got nothing. So it seems like first half we're good because Njai's got loads of energy, but then second half the energy doesn't stay up and we fade away. This is where probably for me, you should probably be playing Njai in the number 10. You should be playing Alcaraz in the number 10. And they should be rotating 60 minutes so you can keep your energy levels up in that number 10. That's kind of what you've got to do when the players burn out, isn't it, Paul, instead of leaving them on. So our players are burning out for me. That's why we're playing really bad second half. We just look, you can see, Paul, we're shattered. They're like West Ham bring all the best players on second half. Like you said, we haven't got many good players on the bench, so we're burnt out and we're shattered. So it's a realisation last game for me how weak our squad is, how small our squad is, and how we don't look, as David Moyes said in the press, ready for the Premier League yet. And I completely agree with him on that. Some things I don't agree with him on, but I do agree with him with that we're not. That's people. Some people jumping on David Moyes saying that's being negative. You're being negative. It's not. We're not ready because other teams have got a stronger squad than us, and you can see it on paper, and you can see it when you play as well. So Moyes needs players.
Yeah,
he needs players.
I think
needs players.
I think the same people telling Moyes is being negative would call him out on bullshit if he turned around and said, "Oh, everything's good. It's it's absolutely fine. We're looking fantastic," because they know that's a lie. And you can't. And his body language, like I think Emma said it, his body language says it all, really, in the games. But we have got a small squad. We've let lots of people go for various reasons. The biggest squad. So what we've got to do is we've got to make sure that they're fit and ready for the season. And the only way that they're going to be fit for the start of the season is to play games. So it makes sense that the lads who are going to be starting most of the games will be the ones playing the majority of the preseason games. And then the likes of, anyone who's on the periphery will be the people who will be coming on because they don't need to be as fit, as quick, perhaps, So, and then obviously that puts us at a disadvantage with everyone else who seems to have a much larger squad. But I mean, I do like the fact that the younger ones are getting a bit of a run out. We get to see Harrison. Heath is being given his small opportunities to have a little run down the right hand side, and it's probably not as bad as some of us are thinking it is. We've got a week until Roma, and then we've got another week after that until the season starts. So there's time. There is time. There's not a lot of time, but there's time.
You can see why people are worried because David Moyes is coming out and saying he would like for a lot more business to have been done by now. David Moyes is, and as Emma said in the comments there, I don't know where the commentator, she says, let me try and find it. Here we go. She says there, Emma says, Moyes doesn't look happy what's going on behind the scenes, and he doesn't look happy. But I think, personally, I'd rather Moyes be pushing the recruitment team and the board to bring in the players and not look happy than pretend to be happy and accept not having many players and stuff like that and making do. I want someone that's demanding as a manager. I want someone that says, I want these players, I want this, I want that, and that's really committed. Because you've got to remember, Moyes has said to us he wants to get us Europa League next season. He's been doing that with West Ham. So if Moyes has got in his head that he wants to get us to that standard of Europa League, and he's pushing for these players and not getting them, he is going to be frustrated, and I don't mind that. I like that he set the bar high and that he's really not going to be happy until he gets these players in. If that's the bar that Moyes has set, Europa League, then I'm happy. And I can see why he's frustrated, because it's not a Europa League squad at the minute. So that's probably why he is frustrated. So I wouldn't be concerned that he looks stressed, because I don't think it's a stress like he wants to leave. I think it's a stress that he's putting on himself because he's got high standards and wants to get Everton Football Club back where he had them before he left. That's just my opinion. I don't know whether I'm wrong or right on that. What's your thoughts in the comments? What was the thoughts on the game, Paul? I mean, I know you put a few on while I was talking. What was people saying? There was a lot of one words.
I think they were all very distinct, succinct representations of the game. Shite was the general consensus. With a couple of we had a good start, but then it was awful, and squad's too small. We don't have people to bring on, and yeah. Feeling it seems very same way as me and you are feeling at the moment.
Wormy, of course. Wormy being Wormy. How Europa League? This squad couldn't get in the Europa ball down the Leisure Centre. Yeah, I agree. We're not there yet, but we're going to go through a few things today to show that we're not. It's not as bad as you think sometimes. And one thing I will say about the game is we had a couple of chances first off against West Ham, where McNeil was bombing it down the left wing. We looked really good. We started the game good. McNeil was getting in, but not putting the final. So we had all those chances against West Ham first off. We went 1-0 up, and they had the goals that they scored was a really bad fumble by the goalkeeper. Like the goalkeeper, like. I don't want to give someone a stick that early, but to punch a ball and it hit yourself on the head is pretty brutal by Travers. So, yes, we did get beat by them 2-1, but the goals was gifted to them, weren't they? One was like a pass from Patterson into his feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And another one was a punch where the goals was given to them. So I wouldn't look too much into the game because we was on top first half, they was on top second half, but they took the chances more than us. That's probably the way I put it.
I saw Paul's video that he's referring to. Hallie looks as though he's got the eye for goal. So Paul's little one's going to be a baller.
Oh, how have I missed that? I'll be straight on that. I'm going to look straight after seeing that video. I'd love to see stuff like that. Get her ready. Do get her ready. Actually, we'll need it. So we didn't really speak about this. Normally we go live when we sign a player. But this signing come out of the blue, didn't it, Paul? It was a little bit... I don't know whether we was expecting it, was we, this signing? But we was expecting it because we mentioned it on the channel just before, didn't we? We've already got him there. So I suppose we did expect it. We did speak about it before it happened. And it actually happened. How do you say his name?
Aznou. Adam Aznou.
Yeah, so we signed him. I don't think we've actually, on the channel, said anything about him or that he signed. We didn't do a show on him being signed, did we? We kind of slacked on that. But we'll talk about him now for a couple of minutes, people. Get in the comments what you think. We'll cover it. Toffee Bluecast always has to cover everything. What do you think on this player then, Paul? I'll let you go first.
Young, hungry, potential, attacking, skillful, and at the same time playing when he has been playing in a decent Bayern side. So I have a bit of a shock. bit of a shock when he turns up with us. But potential, lots of potential, I think. And he may well give Mykolenko a run for his money.
Yeah, people are saying it sounds like a sneeze. I can see in the comments, like we can get a good song on him. Aznou, bless you. Thank you for the cross. We scored a goal, and like that. We can link it. We can link it, people. Of course we can. We can get Aznou in there. I like the sneeze, though. That's a good one. Good shout, Adam Aznou. From what I've seen of him, this looks like a kid that's up and coming that looks insane. He's come from Bayern Munich, which is a big boy team anyway. And when I've watched him, he's an international player as well. He's skillful, bombs it forward. Digne, a bit like Digne, like bombs it forward, loves crossing, loves taking players on. He's a left back that when he goes down the left hand side, he'll run all the way. He'll be like enjoy and run in the box and keep going. He's got good feet in the box as well. So he's a really attacking left back. And the good thing is he does like a tackle when he gets back as well. It's not just like he's attacking and a crap defender. When I've seen him get back, because he's fast, he loves a tackle as well. So it feels like this signing is a little bit unappreciated because people think he's not ready yet. But what a signing it looks to be, because this kid could be insane. And it's a wicked price as well, people. Like a really, really good price. This could be like the new frigging Leighton Baines. And I know people say, oh, don't compare him to Leighton Baines. Moyes said I'd take that if he was anything like Leighton Baines. But he's got the stuff in the locker to be what we need. Like, he's good attacking. He likes to take players on. He's good with his feet. He's technical. He likes his crossing. So he's a left back that when he gets forward, he's dangerous, like Bainesy was. But he's also a left back that's got the speed when he gets back to get a good tackling, and he don't mind. I like him. I'm really, really excited by him. He's linked to all the teams, Paul, before we signed him last season, and everyone reckoned he was the new thing on the block, and he was like worth 50 million and stuff like that. So I'm really excited by his player, as you could probably see by what I said then. I'm really excited by him. I think we've signed the left back that it could just be good straight away now if he's got the bottle. But even if it takes a while to catch up, it could be insane in 2-3 years, which would be amazing. It'd be like a brand point.
Yeah, it could take him a little while, to be fair. Physically, he's not the strongest, but he's got pace to burn. You'd like to see him. You like to see him involved sooner rather than later. So it's not a stagnant hole in the squad we never seen. The silver lining, like another benefit is that if Mykolenko wants to keep his place, he's got to play better. You know, he's got to make sure that he raises his level a little bit. So then he's staying ahead of this lad. And if he doesn't, then I'd imagine this lad's gonna make it difficult for him to keep his place in the side. But it was a month or two ago, we were talking about who we'd get in or what kind of players, and it's like us to go to the likes of Barcelona, not this Bayern, but go to the likes of Barcelona like we used to, and bring in players who are on the periphery or from the academy or whatever, you know, like we did with Dean, like we did with they bring lots of players in because they bring something different and bring something, you know, that we don't generally manage to get ourselves, and that's a little bit of flair or a little bit of something clever on the ball, and this kid might have it. So it'd be interesting to see when he gets involved, especially with our small squad.
Well, I'll crop this from the show. Listen to this, right? If he's just travelled over now, if David Moyes wants to, I think David Moyes will test him just to see what he's got. Of course he would. New player, give him a chance. He's trying Barry. Let's see what this player's like. I think David Moyes will test him, not to choose him over Mykolenko, just give him a half to see what he's like and get ready. Watch how good he is when he plays. I reckon this player will push himself into the squad. And I like Mykolenko anyway. There's no harm in a player just playing really good for us and pushing himself in. But get ready for this man. He's going to be insane. I looked at the Bayern Munich comments on Twitter when he left, and they didn't want him to leave. Like, all the comments said that he's insane. Like, the Bayern Munich fans really rate this player. And this is Bayern Munich fans, a team that's very good and very successful. So sometimes you can tell when you look at the fans when a player leaves how good a player is. And the reaction I was seeing from the Bayern Munich fans, I think we've got a player here. I really do. And I can't wait. What have we got in the comments, Paul? What are people thinking on? Do they know more than us? What's their thoughts on this player? Are they as excited as me?
Just from what people are saying, Barcelona Youth Academy. So he was born in Barcelona at the academy early on, and then gone to a couple of other clubs before going to Bayern Munich, and had 3 or 4 appearances for Morocco so far. So it's his international career in its infancy. Right? Carl reckons that he can play left wing as well. Wouldn't surprise me, because obviously he's got the pace to try and put defenders on the back foot. I've not seen much of his defending, to be honest, from what I've managed to get together. But yeah, I think it's in the short term, it's more making sure Mykolenko does his job, and then maybe we've got a different option when he's ready to go. Wormy says that he's raw, potential, got pace, but maybe not physically ready yet.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Obviously, he's young as well, so it is going to be whether he can handle the physicality of the Premier League. That is going to be the big question. I mean, you touched on it earlier on, Paul, but sometimes players just blossom. They can be what we need, and I'm really excited by him. I really am. We've got Braithwaite. When you've got Braithwaite and he's a diamond, and you know he's just insane. Watch out for this left back. He could be another Braithwaite. I'm telling you, he's young and got everything. See what he grows into. I think he'll be really, really good. But it definitely sorts out the left back situation. That's the left back thing done now. A lot of us said we haven't got cover for Mykolenko. We've got this lad that looks like he's going to be more than cover, probably got good competition. So I'm really happy with that. We've got that done. Now, we're going to move on because we're going to start from left back. Left back sorted now. We're happy with that. We all know that centre-backs, we signed Michael Keane as who got a yellow card in 11 minutes. We signed Michael Keane as 4th choice. So I don't think we're looking for any more centre-backs, are we?
I don't think so, no. No, I think we've got our 4, haven't we? We've got our 4.
Some people think I'm harsh and I'm getting onto our players. I don't get onto our players, but I've just watched Michael Keane make those mistakes for a very long time. And me as a player, if I'm playing against Michael Keane, I know he's got mistakes in him because And I think straight away, Michael Keane knows that and the player knows that, and it can happen. Straight away in the last game, Michael Keane played a pass back to their player. They could have scored in 5-6 minutes. This literally the pass back from Michael Keane was straight into his feet. He had a shot. Luckily, Pickford saved it. Really bad back pass by Michael Keane. We've seen him do it loads. He gets scared. Then literally 11 minutes later, he elbows a player in the face and gets a yellow card. At least it wasn't pointing to his arm, saying it was handball and showing the referee where it is arm, but he elbowed the player in the face and got a yellow card. So Michael Keane does scare me, but he's what we've got. Let's just hope he stays 4th choice and we get Tarkowski fit and Braithwaite back. That's my thoughts anyway. I'm not getting on to him. I know he's got mistakes in him, and that's dangerous for me as a defender. But centre-backs, that's who we've got, people. We have had someone pop up today. This seems to be the new right-back choice in the headlines, doesn't it, Paul?
Well, another Lyon player.
Oh, yeah. They're definitely going to be having new players, ain't they? Because they're all going, ain't they?
Yeah.
But,
it's Lyon have got a factory. It's like Lyon have got a factory. Every team who's we're linked with, or anyone else in the Premiership linked with, it seems to be they're coming from Lyon. So
they got relegated though, did they get relegated? They did, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they might have actually. I can't remember, to be honest, but yeah, I think they might have. So maybe that's why, possibly. But he's ex-Premiership, so he's Arsenal fans, I think, look back on him fairly positively, and we've had a look at some right backs and not got anybody for various reasons. So it'd be interesting. It's another possibility, but you need it to sort of grow legs first, don't you? Instead of just sort of a couple of tweets here and there, I suppose.
Well, we was linked to Maitland-Niles under Farewell 2 seasons ago, and he was capped for England. He was playing, I think, left back for England at one point. So he's showed that he's got game because he has got capped for England. He's got the experience. I don't think he's got speed as well. Do you know, sometimes in that right back position, Paul, where we've been getting done, I feel he's got a bit of strength and speed where he could hold himself. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's going to be too slow. Our obvious choice was to go for the Fulham right back, which never happened. Tete, we all kind of did something on it. We even spoke to Russ. Yeah. So Tete didn't happen.
Yeah, I think his agent played a blinder there, to be honest.
Yeah, I think his agent did us over. But this looks the right. What people in the comments as well, let us know now. We will move on through players. We're going to cover it all, so don't worry. Whatever you're talking about, we will talk about tonight. We're going to blast through it. But I'm excited to talk about some of this stuff, so get yourself ready. But let us know what you think of Maitland-Niles. Would you be happy with him right back? Me personally, I think I'd be happy with that. I think as right back, we've got Jake O'Brien who can play. I think Jake O'Brien's a better right back, to be fair. We put him right back against West Ham second half, and he put that cracking cross in that Barry nearly got on the end of. Just whipped it across, O'Brien did. I think O'Brien's better right back than the centre back. He's insane right back, but I think this guy's decent. Not an insane right back, but I think he'd do the job. I'd be happy with him. I'd take him. He can do the job. He's strong, he's fast, calm on the ball, been capped for England. I think we'd get him a decent price. Other teams are interested in him, so let's see how that one goes. What's people's thoughts on him in the comments? Would they take him or they're not sure?
People who have mentioned have said that he's decent in terms of what we've already got, so better than Patterson, who's got his critics at the moment. O'Brien, I think people haven't been on O'Brien's back even after his little mistake in the game earlier on in the week or last time against Bournemouth. So I could see O'Brien really being right back, and then Maitland-Niles maybe coming in and taking that spot from him. Really, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Got to get him first.
Yeah, Paul says if we get Niles, then where does O'Brien play? I get what you're saying. I agree with you. But I just, we still can't rely on O'Brien to play right. I think O'Brien plays right back, probably, but I'd rather have Niles as backup to O'Brien. No disrespect to Coleman, but I don't think Coleman's up to speed.
You can't. No. No. And you're better off because you're better off getting someone else in as well, because Coleman's not going to stretch O'Brien. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to push him to be a better right back, if you like. And the first two choices for centre backs are going to be Branthwaite and Tarkowski. So if O'Brien's involved and he's got no competition, like you say, all sort of due respect to Seamus, then he's going to be complacent. And that's what's happened with a few people in other positions. So it can only be a good thing to get someone who's got some decent experience into the side in that position.
Well, for me, I wanted to, sometimes I've said, Patterson could be good. I really don't like this because I love the lad as a person, but he's not good enough. He ain't good enough. And I think he needs a loan to either find himself. I think we've massively knocked Patterson's development, leaving him on the bench and him not playing. He's been injured loads, but he ain't good enough. He needs to go on loan. He might get better. Let him go on loan, see what he's got. But I honestly think we've massively stopped his development and he's gone downhill. So I think that Patterson isn't even in my thoughts now, personally, with what I've seen. I think we've got Jake O'Brien as a right back who can play centre back. And then I think I'd like Maitland-Niles as the backup because I wouldn't fully trust Coleman as backup. I think Coleman's the last option. I personally think we've got Coleman as a assistant manager and player. I don't think he's going to play a lot this season, Coleman. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I want O'Brien right back and I want Maitland-Niles as backup. And I think that makes us a lot stronger then on the right-hand side and on the left-hand side. We've got backup right with Maitland-Niles and we've got a new left-back as well. So, yeah, I'm happy with him. But I get what you're saying. I just personally, I love Coleman to bits, but I probably would have just got him as an assistant manager now because you're umming and ahhing whether to bring another right back in, Paul, because we've got Coleman there as well. But is he ready?
Yeah, but
is he ready?
It made sense. It made sense because you had Seamus and you had Ashley Young, didn't you? Two old boys. To offer them both contracts would have been pushing it a bit. So you're going to keep out the two. You know, some people might have said keep Young, but if you're going to keep Young for a year and sell Seamus, that's it. And he's being rewarded. Seamus is being rewarded, but I'd like to see him play some sort of part, but I'm not sure if he would get ahead of anyone who would be available in that position.
We didn't even offer. It was interesting to see Ashley Young say we didn't even offer him a contract. He was disappointed not to get another contract with Everton. We was all thinking Ashley Young left on his terms. Everton didn't want him, clearly. Didn't offer him another contract. And obviously he's joined... who's he gone for now? Ipswich, isn't it? Is it Ipswich, Ashley Young? I think he's gone to Ipswich now. Pretty sure he's gone to Ipswich.
Yeah.
Right, so this guy, I think it's that. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think he's Everton, is he, Paul? I think we had a lot of rumours on him.
Is this Mr. I want to play for a Champion League club Fafana? Yeah.
We spoke about him. There was big rumours on him. And basically, Everton, we was all thinking we was going to get him. He doesn't want the move. If you don't want the move, I don't want you personally. It could still pop up if no one's interested in him, that he's forced to play for a team that's not got Europa League. But I think if you don't want to come to Everton, then I don't want you. Just go away. That's how I feel, honestly. If someone's not in it, I don't want them to have us as a last option. I want them to want to come to Everton. I want them to be hungry and want to move. I think you get the wrong attitude straight away if they're not wanting to come to us. So Everton have gone from this guy, right back, who is a good player, left wing, sorry. He's a left winger. They've gone from him, who can play left wing and right wing, to this man. Now, this is the latest rumours. This is what's on the cover. This is what's on the cover. This is the big rumours today. This is all the Everton talk today. So get involved in the comments. We'll say our parts. Tyler Dibling. Paul, talk to me.
Don't know a lot about him, but if you're saying he's a young lad again with potential, bit of pace, apparently good at dribbling. No pun intended on his name. I read right-hand side is his sort of usual position, although he is a left footer, apparently, from what I read. So I don't know a great deal about him, but I do like the fact that we're getting younger players in instead of getting people who are sort of coming towards the end of their careers. This is it looks as though, going off what Southampton has said, is this is one of their prime assets. You know, especially going off the money that they're asking. I read that they turned down a 27 million offer from us today. So whether we go back in for him, it would be interesting to see.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I've watched him a few times. He wasn't on my list of what I wanted, but we all, when we get linked to a player, watch every clip of him possible. We turn him into Lionel Messi in our heads and see him being everything that's good in him. Probably ignore what's bad. I think he's good. There was talks last season of big teams wanting to pay 100 million for him. He's got that much talent. I reckon he's the next big thing. He's like a little, well, I say little. He's like a Jack Grealish on the wing, low socks, dribbler, like your Berbatov, moves nice. You know, your gliders that loves the ball, keeps the ball, likes to glide, moves with it nice dribbler.
Yeah.
Gets a lot of teams possession. I mean, he's a bit. Someone put on X earlier on. You could have him and Jai on the left wing, and you could have this man on the right wing. And I think then when the ball goes out to the wings, Paul, I don't think we lose it. I think we can keep it and move it. So I'd be really excited by him. He's not proven. This is a big risk. That's one thing I will say, because the talk is that he's going to be insane, but he hasn't proven that yet. He scored, 2 goals last season? And everyone reckons he's going to be insane because he looks good on the pitch, but he isn't pulling the stats and goals and assists off that he needs to yet. Now, we could sign for a team. This player could sign for a team, Dibling. He could sign for Everton and just, that's it. This will be it. Because he's a young kid. This could be his season. He could smash it for us this season and get better and better and better and be your new next big thing, become a 60, 70 million pound winger. So I like it. I like his age. I like the diamonds ready to turn into diamonds. I like the risk. And I like what he brings as well, because I'm sick and tired of us having a right winger that's scared of losing the ball. Jack Harrison just runs into players. I think he'll go past players. So I like it. The price is what's probably concerning a lot of people from what I've listened to on X, is because a lot of people are saying, we've put in 27 million for him. We've put 27 million. It's got rejected. Now Everton are going to go back in. And there's talk that it's going to be 35 million. I think from what I've read, it's going to be 35 million, could go up to 40 million. So it's big money. But we sold Anthony Gordon for 50 million. The prices ain't cheap now, are they, Paul? The prices ain't cheap. And I think you're not going to pay little on players that have got this much potential. I think you are going to pay a lot of money. What have we got in the comments? What do people think in the comments? Are they happy? It could be a 35 million, but it looks like Everton are going back in very fast. So this one looks like it might happen, but be wary of other teams jumping in, because there's a lot of teams interested last season.
Yeah, it's what'll happen. You know, we're in the same. I suppose we're in the same bracket as your West Hams, at the your Forests. And then you got your Villas and Spurs. It'd be other people who will be interested. I suppose it's a lot of it goes on the player in the end. They'll get the money that they want. It's about. I suppose it's going to be about picking which player we want, because if we do buy someone for 40 million in Dibling, then is that going to affect future bids for players in other positions? And we do need a right winger. We do need a right-sided player. But in terms of how much we spend, if that has a consequence on another position, then they've got to weigh it up, I suppose. But we definitely need someone on that right-hand side, because we've got no one who plays in that position. Not really.
I agree. I agree with Paul. I think if we don't sign him, if we was close to a bit like Kudus, it'll be a Kudus, I'm telling you. If we go to sign him, I think Kudus was close, wasn't it? We nearly got Kudus, very close. And then we watched him absolutely look insane for West Ham, taking about 20 players on the pitch, even taking his own players on. He was that good. And we all watched Kudus and was like, oh my God, we nearly got him. What a player we've missed. And I think it'll be like that with him. I really do. I've got a feeling he's going to be insane. And I think what a player it would be. and young talent as well. Again, and I always want your Branthwaites. I want your young players because we can't. If this player was already filled his boots and become what people think he can become, it cost 80, 90 million in the market. If he becomes what people say he can become, it cost 80, 90 million. Now, because we're taking that risk and he hasn't become that yet, we can get him for 30 million. So we're paying 30 million and taking that risk because he's not ready yet, that we can make him into that 80, 90 million pound player, like Jared Branthwaite, basically. But Branthwaite, we paid $1 million. So I like him. I don't think you'll lose 35, 40 million sounds a lot. But as long as you develop him well, he becomes what he's supposed to be. I think he'll be a cracking player. I do, and I think his value will only go up. But I hope we keep him. I want him, Paul. I do. I'm excited by him because it'll be good not just to have Njai. It'd be good to have Njai and another good one on the right. Do you know what I mean? It makes me excited then.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing in our favour which might interest him is the fact that he would almost, if you go in for balance and everything else, then you would pretty much have him go into that right-hand side straight away. You know, anyone else who plays in that position, as far as I can think, isn't playing in their natural position. So it makes sense. And balance, I mean, we could do with a bit of balance for once, couldn't we, to be fair? We could certainly do with someone providing opportunities from that right-hand side, because the chance, obviously we had the chance that O'Brien put in a cross for Barry, who couldn't quite stretch for it. But if you're sort of looking at other opportunities that have come from that right-hand side, I think they're not very consistent. You know, they're few and far between. I think most of our opportunities come from Ndai, and Ndai coming from inside the left-hand side or central. So it would be good to spread those chances that need to be created from coming from different parts of the pitch. And our right-hand side is weak.
I think when Njai goes down the left, you know he can either put someone in or he can come in and score. I feel like when we're down our left-hand side, you feel like we can score. When we're down our right-hand side, you feel like we're always going to cross it. We're always just going to whip a ball in. You don't feel like our right winger's going to cut in and bang it in with his left foot, do you? This guy will. This guy will run down the right wing, cut in, and probably score. So imagine Dibling with Jake O'Brien behind him, like a beast like Jake O'Brien behind him, because that'll be a good combination. That excites me, to put someone good in front of Jake O'Brien like that. I think that would be good, because Jake O'Brien does bomb it forward as well, doesn't he? He likes to go down that right-hand side and whip some crosses in. He's not bad at crossing, which is mad for a centre-back, but he's good with his feet. So I think Jake O'Brien and him would make us really good down our right-hand side. So I really want this one to get done as well. I think it would be fantastic. He loves the ball at his feet. He loves to get the ball and he loves taking players on. That's what we need. So we're going to see how this one.
Yeah, no, just I don't know whether you've got this name coming in at any point, but any position as well. Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah, I haven't got him. I ain't talking about him tonight, and not for any reason. Just haven't seen him linked. But I did want him at one point, but
no, just today it was. Yeah,
we got linked to him.
It doesn't feel me like I wouldn't be dead excited about us getting him. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be dead excited about it, but I thought he was a sort of winger type creator. So
yeah, well,
be interesting. At least there's plenty of people on the list.
Yeah, yeah, it's not as worrying as you think sometimes when you do delve into it, and that's what we're doing. I think this show might take a bit of panic off you, making you realise that there is options. Moyes is making it look a bit scarier than what it is, but I'm telling you, there is options, but we do need to speed up, because the reason I didn't say much on that player is because I am actually in love with someone, Paul. I'm in love.
Oh, yeah. Are you in love?
Yeah, I'm in love.
And it's not Ndai?
It's not Njai. It's not Njai either. I am in love with Njai, but I've got another love as well. I suppose I'm dishing out the love tonight.
Wow.
Right? I've watched this player a couple of times for Middlesbrough, and I've seen him linked this morning, and he's already nearly going to Ipswich, and Man United are going to hijack it. But when I watched our friendly, right,
Yeah.
what people say is, oh, we need a new striker, we need this, we need that. And all they ever moan about is the strikers, right? Have a look at the players behind the striker, because the strikers get crap service. They really do. There's no one behind the striker that's feeding them good stuff. Barry come on and got loads of stick, but we was crap behind him. So I don't see how you can give the strikers that much stick when what's behind them is not feeding them good service. We need someone good in the centre. A lot was talking about Douglas Luiz. I don't want him. He doesn't want us. I don't want him personally. We might get him now, I've said that. But I'm not bothered about Douglas Luiz because he thinks he's better than us. So do one, right? You're getting old. Don't care. I want this man. I really do. And he's about to go to Ipswich. So Everton have got to be quick if they are to get him. And I didn't know him that well, but I started to look him up before this morning, Paul. And he's everything that we need.
Okay.
He is everything that we need. Like, he is insane. He plays through the middle. And you like Everton. You want Everton to have possession, don't you? Of course you do. Look at this. Here it goes up.
A lot more, yeah.
Is it? Oh, look. Oh, it went as a banner.
So 402 passes in the final third.
Hold on.
It's all right.
You could read that. Yeah, it should be all right now. Here we go. There we go, look. Have a read of that.
So played 402 passes in the final third in the Championship last season, more than any other under-23 midfielder in Europe. Pedri was second with 347. Okay.
And this
player... Tell me about him then. What makes him amazing?
He's Ipswich are just about to sign him for 20 million, and it says Man United want to hijack it. And what I want to know is why are Everton not hijacking it? Because he's a player that's got that Tielemans shot on the edge of the box, Paul. He can score from the outside of the box, wicked shots. I've just put a clip of him on X. He pings them in top corner. Like, he's one of them on top corner, left, right foot, he'll ping them in top corner. We haven't got that. Alcaraz can do it a little bit, but we haven't got that player that can ping them in top corner. That's dangerous, like Lampard, that just can smash them in from anywhere. This player can. He's also really good on the ball. As you can see from the bottom, he's really good at passing the ball. Like, he will get us passing the ball. Him at the side of Njai, at the side of Garner Gay, could get us possession. And I'm sick and tired of us just trying to win games without possession. I think it's dangerous. I think that could put us in a relegation battle next season if we don't pick up more possession. He loves running past players. He keeps the ball. He'll run past it. I would advise you, if you get the chance, and I know it'll only be YouTube videos and it means nothing, have a little watch of him, because he's everything that we need. And I think he can play at the side of Garner Gay. He can play in that Douglas Luiz position where it's Garner Gay and him, and you still get to play probably Alcaraz or Njai in front of him. But we spoke about we've got a new good left back. We'd have Maitland-Niles as a right back if we can get him. We'd have a new right winger in Dibling that is insane on the ball as well. And then we've got this guy that's probably one of the best passers last season in the Championship, and I feel he could probably do the same in the Premier League. I would definitely, I want him. Like, honestly, if you watch him, Paul, you'll be like, I want Everton to play like he plays. That's how good he is. Like, when you watch him, because he just loves getting on the ball, moves it about. Do you know where we've been saying we don't cut open things? We don't cut open the middle. We don't get better. Do you know where Beto makes that runs? He'll play the ball at the right time. He won't be offside. He'll play it perfect. He'll play the balls through to Beto because he sees them that bit earlier than Garner and he won't be offside. He'll cut things open. He'll work well with Njai. This is the man we need, but I don't think Everton are going to be quick enough to get him. And if Ipswich are nearly getting him for 20 million or 15 million. Why are we not all over this? He's exactly what we need in the centre of midfield. And we're going for someone like Douglas Luiz, who's on his way out. This is kid's on his way up, I'm telling you, and I want him. And I really do want him. I'm excited. I know he's the answer. I know if we got him, he would transform our team. If you got Dibling as well and Enjoy, we need a baller in the midfield, and he's good. He's not proven yet, but I'm telling you, he will be. Trying to get his name there. There we go.
Yeah, well, it is interesting that he's going to Ipswich. He's staying in the Championship, where he feels he's not ready or whatever.
Manual hijack
seems to be. Well, maybe there's a few clubs that'll be wondering about that, because it's a fair, weighty argument, isn't it? And the fact that you're going to go to Ipswich, they're going to be one of the favourites for Championship next season, but you could go and get a move to somewhere in the Premiership. What would you do? Yeah,
it's not proven, and it would be a risk, but a young, hungry player that can pass the ball like he does, I'm game. I really would be game for that. I think it'd be a fantastic move for us. Whether we're going to get it done, I don't know. I'd love to see us just bring him in, because we need some energy in that midfield, and I think he'd create that energy, and he's good on the ball as well. People think that our problems are strikers. I'll bring another striker in. Barry's not good enough. People write him off already, by the way. So, not all, but some. You've got to start looking behind the strikers, because we're not good enough. How can you be crap in midfield, in the centre of midfield, and not create nothing from your midfielders, but then just say your strikers crap? It doesn't make sense to me. You can't do that. We're not good enough beyond the strikers, and we can't just not identify that problem for me.
No, but there's a lot of players out there, I suppose. But it'd be interesting to see. If I was a player in his situation, I'd much prefer to go to a Premiership club than another Championship club, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think he's a good one to go and get. Moyes is saying he can't get. I just don't think we put an offer in for him. I think he'd jump at the move to Everton, but I don't think we're putting an offer in for him. Hopefully we do. I really want him. By the way, Paul, do you know him? When I looked him up on Wikipedia, it says that he was born in Redcar, which is where I played pool, just down the road. Found that quite interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if I see him, I'll tell him to play for Everton.
See him have a word.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get him on the show. But that'll be interesting to see how that one pans out. We are still linked to this man, but people are saying that it's going to be I think it's going to be at the very end of the transfer window. Do you? This one. Everton are still linked to him, but it says we'll come back to it.
It wouldn't surprise me. Well, he's not exactly in any rush, is he? And the longer he takes, the more chance he's got of someone coming in who he really wants to go to. I'm sure when his agent sort of said, I could get you a good move, and he goes, yeah. I don't think Everton was the first club in mind, to be honest. He probably sees himself still up there as, he should be playing in the England setup and everything else. He certainly needs, I would have thought, if he's not playing at City, then you don't go to another club that you're not going to play for. Be the first name on the team sheet and show everyone what you can do. I'd imagine that would probably be us, but it depends. Maybe we're not fancy enough, and we're not stylish enough for him. Don't know. I guess we'll see.
I don't think. By the way, there's 50 people on live now, and we're not even live on X as well. So really good numbers tonight. And if you can hit that like and subscribe, it'd really be appreciated. Plenty on, which is really good. That's what we do this for, getting you Toffees in the house and other fans as well, as long as you're not a troll. we're happy to have you and hear what you've got to say. But personally, I want Jack Grealish, but I think it's going to go to the very end of the transfer window because Manchester City are just going to wait until someone tries to probably pay for him to buy him. They want to sell him. And then if someone don't come in for Jack Grealish, then we get a shout, which isn't nice because we're like sloppy, not even seconds, probably third and fourth. But I think it's going to be like, if no one buys Jack Grealish, they have to loan him out. Then teams won't want to pay his wages and say, we'll pay half his wages. And that could be Everton. That's where we are on the pecking order. It's right down there. But that's where it could go to. So we could be in with it.
The other thing about that is that I'm glad that we aren't throwing, or I'd like to think we're not throwing all our eggs in the Grealish basket. If it's a case of Grealish gets a move somewhere late on in the transfer window, we might have already signed a good 3 or 4 players in attacking positions by then, and then we might think, oh well, actually we don't need it. So it'd be interesting to see where he goes, if he goes. Maybe it's going to be a case of, Pep now thinks he's going to have Jack in the side again. Don't know, but I'm glad we're not depending on it. Like Scar says there, he's not pacey. I'd really like to have someone who's got a bit of breakneck speed about him, to get past defenders and get to the bylines and cut it back for people, instead of us playing the ball from 40, 50 yards out for better to try and run onto, and that's our only way of actually scoring goals.
I do think, though, if we got Jack Grealish, I don't think he'd be a winger anymore. I think we'd turn him into a 10.
Do you think?
I think but I don't think we'd use his pace. I think we'd let him sit in the middle and use his skill because he's so good on the ball. He doesn't lose the ball, does he? You could put it into his feet and he'd hold it up and he'd sit on the edge of the box and put little cuts in. Do you know what I mean? Feed players, carve it in. Grealish and Njai, would excite me. Grealish and Njai, I could imagine being a handful for players, they'd hate that. Because normally you get one really skillful player, but imagine someone marking Njai and thinking, just pass the ball, I don't want to mark you. And then all of a sudden him passing it to Grealish and, pass the ball, I don't want to mark you either. So I think it'd be good to have that much dangerous players in your squad. We've not had that before. I would be excited.
I mean, if you weighed it up though, and you had Grealish who's not the quickest but skillful, and we know what Grealish is about, or you had someone who was a bit young, a bit naive, and pacey, I'd be tall. To be honest, I'm not saying Grealish is not a good player, but I'd say you'd wonder how hungry he would be. That's a risk in itself. He'd look at it would be silly not to look at us as a downgrade. You know what I mean? To what he's obviously got at City, and is he then going to be hungry enough to make a difference? Make a difference in each of our games? I don't know.
Has he? The question, I get what you're saying. Has he made the move to Everton to show people that have wrote him off that he's still got it and get into the England squad? That's what we would want. Or is he a player that's just going to move to Everton and already had his peak at Man City when he won the treble and just kind of going as a downward spiral? That is the risk that we're looking at, people. We're looking
also as well.
Could go both ways.
Yeah, and I mean, if he wants to get back in the England side, he's got to be in a winning side. And we're not.
Well,
we're not great, are we? Do you know what I mean? So I'd be shocked if he went on loan somewhere and it was to us, when other clubs who are higher than us at the current moment would come in for him and be a loan. Do you know what I mean? Someone like a Villa getting him back again, or a Spurs, someone or Chelsea or whoever. Really, you'd imagine that they would be the clubs that he would look to try and have a loan deal with for a season. That would get him back in the England squad. We might not be winning our games. That's the problem.
It's a mixture in the comments. Nick Carr says, Him as a 10, when he get loads of free kicks, he does get a lot of free kicks as well with our Giants. That's Nick Carr's kind of happy with him a little bit. He's seen the positives. I seen earlier on Wormy can't stand him clearly. He said one goal, not because of that, because he's just saying what it is. But I did see Wormy say don't rate him, and I get we're always game for different opinions. Then Westhead comes in and shout out to you. He says Grealish would be a brilliant sign. Look at the state of our squad. I think he would be levels above what we've got, and I think he'd be. I think he'd be insane. But then I do get what other people are saying where they're not that sure on him. I get both stories. You just don't know what you're going to get. And I suppose that's the risk. Paul has said Grealish might not be the player he was before he won the treble with City, but he's still a million times better than anything we've got. It is about us getting better. And I think David Moyes would want Grealish. It's going to be interesting to see how it unfolds. If Grealish walks through the door tomorrow, he is the best player at the club. Only 29. Yeah, I think he would be good. I think he would. He would be an interesting.
I'm sure he'd be, decent for us compared to what we've already got. Whether he would turn the whole side into a winning, scoring machine is. I think maybe some people who are thinking that we'd get him in are maybe over-emphasising what he would create for us, But obviously, of course, he would be a decent player to have. God, of course, he would.
There are mixed on this one. I've seen some people say he's drinking a lot. He's on the way down. Some people think he's on the way down. Some people think it'd be a bad move. Some people think he'd be a bad character in the changing rooms. But then some people think, you just said earlier on, Paul, that he should go. He'll want to go to a team that wins games. Do we win games? But he might be the player that starts making us win games. He might be the difference. He might think, I'm going to go to Everton. I'd fit into them perfect. I'd score loads of goals, get Everton winning games. All the talk would be about me making Everton play good again. England will call me up, and it'll be one of the best comebacks you've seen by a player. That's what he's probably thinking. So it's going to be interesting. If you've got Dibling on the right wing, who's a good dribbler, Grealish, who's a good dribbler, and Jai, that's a good dribbler, where we haven't been a passing football team for years, you get players that are good dribblers and good at passing. These players could turn us into a passing team. How do you become better at passing? Bring players in that are good at passing. I don't. We're that used to Everton not being that good at passing that we don't think that we could be good at passing. But if you bring players in that their strength is passing, we will turn into a passing team. And I think that's what we've got to start doing, is bringing players through the door that's really good on the ball, comfortable on the ball, wants to receive it, wants to pass, wants to keep it. Because when you watch us just lately, we get the ball, we hoof it, we give it them, and we try and turn it over and we try and counter-attack. I don't like that all the time. It's draining. It's going to shatter us out throughout the whole season. So it would be nice for us to be a team that just keep the ball a little bit. And I think maybe that's what we do, bring these
also as
in.
well, though, our game seems to be very much out of possession, defending fairly deep, however deep it is. But when we win the ball, go forward at pace. So if you're telling players like Ndai, you're telling Dibling or, Grealish, those kinds of players who like to run with the ball, you're saying when we get the ball back, you run at them, and you'll have strikers in front of you running as well into space. So all you got to do is feed those players. That sounds exciting as an attacking player. So it doesn't matter so much about bumping our possession up to 60, 70%. That's not the side that we are. But if you're telling these young players and Grealish who like to run with the ball and take people on, that's what we're going to do when we get the ball back on the halfway line, then that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all.
No, it is exciting times. I mean, you got that? Have you got that lineup builder there, Paul? Just put the young players in to see what we've got.
Yeah. No problem.
We're finishing the show now, people. We are coming up to the end now. Do stay with us and try and finish the show with us. If you can hit that like and subscribe, it will be great. We're just going to chuck on the screen the players we've talked about, just to put in your face what we've been talking about. Thanks for anyone that's getting behind us. If you can hit that like and subscribe, do so. We are looking on An Everton retro kit has said, could we advertise their kit on the channel? We might do that as Toffee Bluecast. We suppose we need a bit of kit on the show and stuff like that. We'll try and do as much as we can with that. We'll look into it. I mean, we have got a bit of experience in the squad. If you think about it, we've got Tarkowski, he's experienced. Pickford, he's experienced. Garner Gay, he's experienced. Coleman, obviously, we've kept him for experience. Alcaraz, I'd like to think he's got a bit of experience in him. Beto should be experienced. I know he's just getting used to us, but he's got the age. McNeil's young, but should be an experienced player. I think we've got experienced players where we can bring a bit of youth in with them now. I think we need energy and we need youth and we need hunger. That's what I want to see. Just put the young players in, Paul. Who's the sneezy left back? What's his name? See if it comes up with him.
Say again, sorry, I missed that one.
Sneezy left back.
Oh, Aznou.
Yeah. Could have called him Sneezy.
No. Aznou.
Oh, what a
Easy
class.
Aznou.
Yeah. So we'll just have a look at a bit of the youth that we've got here. Is it froze? There we go.
There we go.
So
no,
we've got Aznou. Yep, so, let's get Braithwaite. Put Braithwaite in left centre back. Braithwaite. This isn't necessarily our lineup. We're just looking at a bit of youth we've got here. Braithwaite.
Yep.
O'Brien, he's young, isn't he? O'Brien, we'll put him in for youth.
Okay. There we go. Right back.
We'll leave that because Maitland-Niles isn't really young, is he?
I'm not sure, honestly.
How old is Maitland-Niles?
Someone will tell us in the comments. I'm trying to look now, but
I was just trying to look. We'll skip that because we've got older players than that.
Okey-doke.
Go to centre back. Let's put Hackney in centre back. I've signed him, Paul.
Say that again.
Centre mid. Sorry, Hayden Hackney. Let's put him centre mid.
What, in there?
Yeah, let's put him anywhere.
Okay. There he is.
Dibling, let's put him right wing. How old's he? He's young, isn't he? Let's sign Dibling. Let's sign him.
They do look young, don't they?
Yeah, Barry. Put Barry up top.
Terry Barry.
Or new. Are you a bit worried that people are? Do you think people are a bit harsh on Barry? A lot of people saying he was crap last game, but he's only just signed. He looks.
I think he's got a good touch. I think he's got a good touch on him, actually.
Yeah, I think that as well.
Better than Beto. He's leaner than Beto, so might be a little bit. Might be lacking a little bit of physicality. The Premiership, but no, I'd give the lad a chance. Christ, he's not hardly played anything yet.
Was you surprised that people were so harsh on him? Like to see on X, like
no.
you go on X.
No. No, I'm never surprised when we give anyone a hard time. Never surprised at that.
I'd love that is it McTay from Man City? How'd you say his name? The one that we used linked to. I don't think we'll get him. McTay or something.
Oh, McAtee.
Yeah. He would. When we spoke about Grealish. Imagine if you got McAtee here as well. The youth that we'd have here. The reason we put on this screen is because I just like the age on these players would be insane. Like they're all 22, 21, 23, 18. this would get you probably some of the best young talent around, getting just probably Hackney and Dibling, and we've just gone and got Barry in, and we've just gone and got that wonder left-back kid as well.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you need experience with it.
Can't win anything with kids. That's the first thing that came into my head, West Egg. Yeah, exactly.
You remember Dortmund, where they just went crap for ages, then Dortmund brought loads of young kids on the scene and they won everything.
Mm-hmm.
When they had Royce and all that lot. Yeah, Royce. And it was the same with Germany as well. Germany went really crap, and then all of a sudden they brought all these young kids on the scene, and they was good for like the next 10 years. It was the same with Dortmund as well. Dortmund all of a sudden brought, I think it was with Klopp, who I hate to mention, but they had loads of really good young kids, Dortmund did. And then they was really good. And I think if you've got a project and you put yourself loads of youth in your squad that are just going to get better and better, if these players become what they're supposed to become, we need experience around them. Of course you do. I get this. Like, you need your players to look after the kids. You need your Garnegay, your Tarkowski, your McNeil, probably even another experienced player with these. But I think it's good to bring your youth in, because when you think back when we had Leighton Baines when he was young, and we had all these young players, you knew you've got them for 10 years. You know what I mean, Paul? You know, if these young players, if they are good, you've got a good player for 10 years. Yeah. You don't need to sign anyone for 10 years. So what I'm saying is that if we go and sign all these young players and they are good, we could be good for the next 5-10 years without even having to bring loads of players in. That's what I'd rather us do than sign 28-year-olds that are experienced but that probably finished in 1-2 seasons. We did it with Decore. We did it with Allen. We signed him at 28. There's some 31-year-olds that we've been linked to that are probably going to last for one season. So I get what you're saying. You can't win anything with kids. Sometimes you can, by the way. But you can go and bring in 31-year-olds, spend 10, 15 million, and you could have brought someone good that's young that could last you 10 years. So just an interesting. I like the youth.
Yeah, and it's good that we want these young players. But like Paul's mentions about what City are asking for McAtee. McAtee is a class player, and he will only.
Yeah,
I think he'll only get better. Obviously, he's playing for the Young Lions as well. So, you know, it's so much potential, but 50 million quid for someone who's not there yet is an awful lot of money. When we can't buy 4 players for 50 million quid each, surely. Do you know what I mean? So we have got to pick and choose. And like someone said earlier on as well, and I apologise, I can't remember who it was, but they said we're not going to solve all of the problems in this transfer window, in this summer transfer window. We're not going to solve all of those problems. It's going to take at least a couple or more, chances are, for us to address all of those situations. So we just got to make sure that we are smart about it, you know.
Yeah, we've got the business to be done. I'm intrigued on what is going to be done as well, because we've already signed Barry there. We've already signed the left back there. You go and get Dibling and that Hackney. I'll tell you something. We're not a million miles away. We're not a million miles away from getting a good team. It's scary because we really do need these players. We only need 4 or 5 players, but we desperately need those 4 or 5 players. So, but I'm excited. This next week is going to be a roller coaster, people. I would put Harrison one though. He's really young as well. Would you?
I'm presuming.
Oh yeah. He's on about Armstrong. Put Armstrong in the 10. I thought he's meant Jack Harrison. Yeah. Put Armstrong in the 10. We can have Armstrong in there as well, or wherever we play.
Put him in the 10. Yeah.
I did like last game. Do you know when we had Garnegay and Irabunum, and you knew Irabunum's not that good defensively? I did like Armstrong just roaming around, covering a lot of the area. I thought that was quite good. It made me feel a lot more solid in the centre of midfield, because we used to have Decore that helped the 2 centre midfielders. And I think Armstrong, he played okay. It was a good assist that he made, Armstrong, by the way. I think later on, he needs to get his fitness better. But I did like Armstrong with the two centre midfielders to make the three. And it's going to be interesting to see, because I know, Paul, you're a big fan of Armstrong. You was last season. You wanted us to keep him. It's going to be interesting to see whether we loan him out or keep him, because
keep him.
What do we do?
I keep him. Like, he's shown what he could do in the Championship. Derby loved him to bits. Do you know what I mean? I suppose I'm torn in being greedy that this 18-year-old can be special. Do you know what I mean? He could be a proper player. He's a little bit on the skinny side at the moment. Probably does need to beef himself up a bit. If I knew that he was going to get the games, I'd say keep him. If he's honestly just going to stay on the bench, and David doesn't fancy bringing him on over the course of a season very much, then I suppose we should loan him out. But definitely do not get rid of him.
A lot of people like him. Roy Nixon says if you're good enough, you're good enough. Keep him. And also in the comments as well, keep him. He's the only one that didn't give the ball away on Wednesday. It was a good assist, by the way. It was a good assist. Where we say we've got such a thin squad, I just think it's too much of a good weapon not to have in your squad, especially if you start getting injuries. I think he can handle it. But I get the other end of the stick where Paul's saying if he does just sit on the bench, you've messed up a year of a player's development where he could be really even better for us next season. You look how much he's come back, developed from Derby County in the Championship. He could progress even more by playing. So it's a hard one with that one. It really is a hard one, but I'd definitely loan Patterson out. Now, I'm excited by that. I think we've got a good base. You bring those young players in. Stadium turns over more money next season, and we bring some probably older players that have got bigger names around these players as well. It's not a one window project, is it, Paul?
No.
It's
easy to forget that. It's easy to forget that as well.
Yeah.
Especially when there's so much talk about who we should get and everything else. So don't panic, everyone, in terms of us not signing 10 players that Moyes says that we need. Yeah, we probably do, but we're not going to get 10 players over the course of a one window. I'd be shocked if we did. It'd be great, but we're not going to get 10 quality players in one window, surely.
No. I was, in your head, you just want to create the strongest team possible for this season, because in your head, all you care about is doing well this season. We really want to have a good season this season, so you just kind of want to do everything in this window. You just got to do as much as you can, and then hopefully we're going to turn over more money with this stadium. More funds will become available, and we can add to it, and you become stronger every season then. We make it strong now. We make it stronger next season. 2-3 years' time, we'll have a team that's so good that we'll never be in relegation battles again. That's what we've got to hope for, people. I just want to say there's been loads in the comments, and we love you all. And Toffee Bluecast is bringing us all together, and we love it. Keep getting behind us. Do hit the likes. Do hit the subscribes. We put a lot of our time into this to give you a platform for us all to talk. We're here. We're always here for you. Season starts soon. It's getting closer, isn't it? It's getting closer. Then we'll be here. We'll be here before and after every game, people. So that's what we do. We do pre-match the night before, and then we do a match reaction straight after the game. And we're here every game for you. And it's a good crack, people. So do get involved to those ones that haven't before. That is the end of the show. It's been a long one, but Paul did say we had a lot to talk about, so I completely blame him.
That's fine. And I know Emma's asking about are we going the Roma game? I do wish, but I can't. I have got a ticket lined up for the Villa game, September. So that's the one that I know of so far. And at the moment, I can't get to any beforehand. But it'll be our time. We'll get there eventually. And we'll be watching the Roma. The Roma game will be on telly, won't it? It's got to be on TV.
Yeah. Well, we watch every game. Of course, we'll be watching it. I mean, the ones I think the Roma game's a good one, and I'm jealous that I'm not going, Emma, because I am an Italian stallion, and I do want to go to that one. I like a bit of my Italian stuff, but I've got to get a couple at Bramley Moor Dock this season, the first season in the Premier League. I want it to be whilst the season started, but I think the Roma game's going to be fantastic. I really do, Emma, and I'm jealous, and I think it's going to be insane. But yeah, we will get to a few games, of course we will. Up the top is everyone. Have a boss one. Thanks for all putting your comments in. Hope we got you involved as much as we can. We love you, and we'll be back very soon. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you've got to do is check the news to see which of these players we've talked about, which have we signed? Have we signed any? Do you check the news every morning, Paul, see what players we signed?
I've got my notifications on, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. We're dreamers, baby. We are dreamers. Have a boss one. I'll put the roller coaster song on because this transfer window is a roller coaster, baby.
We've been living in sin so long, all the fields are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roll